Okay.
What's up, family? It's Chris, and you're watching Bad Eyesight TV. I have my dad with me today.
The coach of all coaches.
You guys already know the deal. So finna get right into it. So you guys are requesting us when we watch Once Were Warriors. You're saying to watch the sequel to it, which was What Becomes of the Brokenhearted. So it was basically after Once Were Warriors happened, like how their lives were after. So we watched it, and
Should we lift it? It's in my head. It's gone.
okay.
Just making sure you in the video. Making sure I'm in it too.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So what do you have to say? Cause now that's in the video.
Okay, now we saw the video. A lot of times with a sequel, the expectations are so high that there's no way this movie is gonna live up to what you expect. Not that the movie wasn't good, it just didn't live up to your expectations. And that was true of this movie. I expected a lot more action. I expected more emotion. I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. I mean, there were a lot of lessons in there, but I don't know. It was okay. I think it was just okay. But going off of the first movie, it was kind of a letdown in the action and the intent. You know, but it showed some lessons about revenge, about a lot of times what happens with boys that don't have fathers. They look outside of the house because mom, no matter how great mom is, she's not a man. She can't teach you how to be a man. She can't teach you what men do. Can't teach you how to react like a man. She can only teach you how to react like a woman. I've had this conversation for years with people and they thought I was sexist. I said, I can't teach my daughter how to be a woman. Doesn't make me sexist. It makes me a realist. I don't know the first thing about women, what they go through, what they need. I don't know. So if that holds true for me, it holds true for women as well. They have no clue of how to raise a man. And I always tell women, you can raise your son till he's of age, but you didn't raise a man, you raised your son, raised your child. He's gonna learn how to be a man elsewhere. Whether he plays football or he's gonna, some group of men will initiate him on things men do, and it's not always good. That's why it's great for the father, unless he's a bastard, to take this boy into manhood. Like you gotta tell your son that your fist is not the answer to every problem. You gotta learn to communicate. That's why as a father I did more talking than hitting, because I see that as a form of bullying. Most parents will whip kids because they can. And then all of a sudden, the kid's like 6'8", and he's 15, now what you gonna do? Can't really beat him. 6'8", 270, now what? And then that kid ends up running the house. Why? Because he learned by bullying. You taught him that the strong will run things. So when you learn how to communicate with the 2, 3, 4-year-old all the way up to adulthood, they learn respect for their elders. They learn what the older people can teach them. And this movie, in points, tried to do that, but it was too late for Jay because the boys were grown. You're now, they look at you as a friend. You're not dad, you're a friend. And they will curse you and they will fight you as if you're somebody in the streets, because you are to them. Because you wasn't there. And even if you was there and you were a bastard to them, you taught them how they're going to react to you. So a lot of parents don't understand. You're training your child right now how he or she is going to react to you when they're older. You're training them right now when they're small. You're training them. You're teaching them how to react to you. How to, either they're going to respect you or they're going to disrespect you. Because if you disrespect them when they're little, that's what they're learning. If you're not teaching them compassion, they're not going to have it for you. You're not teaching them control, they're not going to have it for you. So it's not always just smack, 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 like Jake was doing. That's not really teaching kids nothing but violence. And how to go out and do the same to others. So, on the other hand, kid must learn how to defend themselves. Can't be soft, because you will be walked over. So that's when you put them in karate or boxing, or if you know it yourself, you teach them to defend themselves, but not to be a bully. And in turn, those kids will go out with what you taught them. Because always remember, 3 factors go into 100% of raising kids. 30%, or 33 is environment. 33 is actually in the house. And the other 33 is taught by their friends. So you basically up against it, really. So you have to, that's why a lot of times parents don't hang around with that guy. That guy's trouble. Because they know you're going to be influenced. 33% of your makeup is going to come from who you hang out with. So that's why I deliberately don't let my kids hang out with certain people. Because those people will influence. Kids will influence you. Let's smoke, let's drink, let's rob, let's do whatever. And you are who you hang with. Meaning, if you hang out with druggies, that's what you are. Because eventually you're going to become that. Robbers, rapists, murderers, they're going to pull you in. They always do. So that's pretty much what was going on with this movie. And then the 2 guys in the bar tried to let Jake see another part of life, that you don't have to beat up everybody. So when he beat those guys up in the new bar, those guys, his friends were like, "We're out, bro. That's not how we do things. That's not how we work out disagreements." Now, my daughter wants to talk.
The movie was a mess because how the brother died, and then like a little bit into the movie, that his old girlfriend kissing his brother. I thought that was a mess because he just died. Like, sis, what are you doing? And then when he was with the woman, I was thinking, well, when he was like they was in the argument, I was just waiting for him to hit her because I already knew he was a woman beater. So I was just like, he gonna hit her. And then he hit her once, and then she told him get out, and he got out. And I was like,
he didn't hit her. He shoved her.
Oh, I thought he smacked her.
No, he shoved her. Well, he might have smacked.
I think you were looking down.
Go ahead.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, different ages will get different things from this movie. And yeah, my daughter was right. It's hard to change from being a bastard, but you can. It's taught. Everything is taught. Anything we do as humans is taught. Prejudice is taught. Bullying is taught. Everything we do in life, we come out doing nothing. We learn how to walk We learn how to crawl. We learn how to talk. Everything is, and we teach everything. So, just your environment is 33%. Meaning, if you grow up in the gangs and whatnot, a lot of people feel compelled to join them. But not all people will. Because that's why it's only 33%. You know, a lot of us are influenced by drug dealers with all their money. Not me, I never was. I always went the other way. Because I thought that was disgusting. You selling drugs to your own people. You're killing them. Your own people. I mean, literally killing them if they don't give you your money. That's what you're doing. You're killing them. So, I was never impressed by that. I actually put off by it, and I went the other way. You know, my dad was there, but he spent no time with me. So I learned being a man in the streets. I didn't learn anything from my dad. How to be a man, nothing. Zero. I learned everything not to do. So, and that's a learning experience in itself. You know, I confronted him on several issues, and he said that was the times. You know, you were allowed to do those kind of things, so he thought it was normal. Because his daddy did that to his mama. Or his daddy smoked and drank and cussed and everything. So I tried to be the opposite of my dad. So that was a learning experience in itself, where I thought he was a bastard, so I didn't want to be like him. So I went the other way. Anything?
When he, at the end of the movie, it was just...
You thought it was crazy?
Yeah, because, well, first of all, when they were waiting in that car for the man to come out, and then he even got up all himself, and then he hold a gun and try to shoot it, and then he ain't even loaded. So I'm like, you played yourself.
Yeah, that's...
He ain't even shoot nothing. And the girl had to pull something out and shoot.
Yeah.
And she shot him like 4-5 times. And then he knew that it was over by that time because they was going to try to kill them. They already killed the girl, and then they was going to beat him to death.
Right.
And then his dad came out of nowhere.
Which was really weird. I don't mean to talk over you. But they went to pay them to kill that guy. But the guy was with them. Remember? Mm-hmm. What was going on there?
I don't know. I think they was friends or something.
Yeah,
they didn't want to kill him, and they ain't give him their money either.
Right. So you should have knew that. A lot of times women will talk men into doing dumb stuff, and sometimes men would do it to women because he knew that his brother was dead. Wasn't nothing gonna bring his brother back. Killing that guy wasn't gonna bring his brother back. It was just gonna bring more killing. He knew that, but the girl did too. But I don't think she really cared. She just wanted to kill him. You know what I mean? So you can't let other people make up your mind for you. You gotta understand that what you're doing, it's gonna affect more than just that guy or just you. It's gonna affect a lot. And the dad did something to the guy, right? To cause the whole thing.
Yeah, they said that he didn't like him, but I didn't really get to hear it. It was kind of low.
Yeah, he was kind of...
Like, it was stuff going over people's voices. Some music or something. He's like, he doesn't like your dad or something like that. That's why he had him set up and killed or something.
Yeah, but then going back to, you can blame the daddy. Oh, he joined the gang because his dad didn't. He thought he needed that because there was no men in his life to teach him how to be a man. That's that 33%. Your dad could be a bastard and be in the house, but you don't have to do nothing drastic just to get his attention. If he don't he don't appreciate you, then you got to just go with that. I remember I went to a funeral and I was talking to some of my relatives, and they were like, "Who are you?" They didn't even know I existed. They were like, "No, I didn't. I thought he only had Junior." I said, "He's actually got 4 other sons besides Junior." It was like, "You kidding?" I said, "No." And they're here. You want to see them? Oh well, he never told us any about those things. Well, that's okay. That's okay. I'm telling you now. He's got more than one son. You know what I mean? So that's that 33%. That's one of them. So you still have 66% that can overrule that bad 33%. You know what I mean? Because I can teach her everything in the world, but if that 33% outside pulls her in the wrong direction, she's probably gonna go, because what you don't want is a weak-minded individual. A weak-minded individual will be led astray. So that's why you want to do more talking than just smacking of the youngsters, the kids. You want to talk to them and strengthen their mind, because when all else fails, you got to use this. You got to use your brain and be quick. You got to be quick and able to say, "No, I'm not doing that. I'm out." You know, somebody say, "Hey, you want out? There's the door. Take it." "Oh, you're a coward? Okay, that's what I am." "You this, you that?" Yes. There's no friends in jail. Always remember that. There's no friends in jail. Friends will set you up. So there's no friends in jail, and there's no greatness in jail. I've never seen anybody great in jail. Nobody's done nothing great in jail. "Oh, I run the block." You do? You run the block? So you rather be here? "Oh yeah, I'd rather be here." Well then go right ahead and stay there. Because that's exactly where you belong. If you enjoy being in jail, stay in jail. Don't ever come out. But you're not running it. You're not running the jail. They're telling you when to get up and when to lay down, when to eat and when to sleep. They're telling you what to do. So you're not running jail. Don't fool yourself. And don't let nobody fool you and tell you how great jail is. Jail is not great. Nobody's ever come out and say jail was great. And if they did, throw them right back in there. And then you ask them, "Why'd you get out? If jail was so great, why'd you get out?" You know what I mean? "Oh, well, it was my time." Well, why didn't you break a few more rules so you could stay? If it was so great. So in closing, to say about the movie, the expectation was way higher than the movie delivered, because the first movie was so good. There was so many loose ends they had to tie up, and there was no possible way they could run all them different stories and be good. So they probably should have just went with Jake and just let Jake just run amok and dominate the movie, but they didn't do that. They tried to show everybody else's life when that wasn't really what drove the movie. Jake drove the first movie, so you should have let him drive the second movie. So in closing, it wasn't a bad movie, just it didn't meet the expectations, and there were a lot of lessons, and we talked about them.
Yeah, like the coach said, but I did want to see other people's lives. Like, I really didn't care about what Jake was doing, because I know he was living a sad life because his family was all gone. Like, his wife left him and with the kids. But I want to know what happened to the daughter. Like, remember they had a little son and a little daughter, and then at the funeral they just showed the little son.
They didn't show the
little daughter. And then the big son, like, was he like came from college or something? Cause I didn't know, cause he was like, "That's my son, that's my brother," and the mama hugged him, said, "This is my son." And I'm like, where he came from? Cause I did not see him in the first movie.
He might have not been Jake's son.
Oh, just her son?
Yeah. See a lot.
And then we didn't see the other son life. who had went to that boys' home or whatever it was.
And that's exactly what they should have did. They should have let Jake dominate more of the movie, but they didn't. Somebody thought it would be a good idea to show his son in the gang. That just, you showed his son for a minute and he got killed. You know, you didn't even need to show that. You should have let Jake run amok.
Oh, the beginning?
Yeah, and just dominate the movie like he did the first one. You know what I mean? So I already talked about Jake. Jake is a product of his environment, and he probably grew up without a father to actually tell him, show him how to be a man. How to be a man is not always using your fist and drinking, and I think he was an alcoholic as well. So anyway, go ahead and close this out. I'm done.
Well, this is the end of the video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Comment down below what you guys want to see next. Hit that notification bell to get notification when I upload, and subscribe to join the family.
But as always, the coach cannot take care of everybody. But
He will give you good advice. See you guys in the next video.